Good afternoon, class, and welcome to Skateboarding 101 Longboard Edition. For anyone to be able to learn how to skateboard, the first thing they must simply do is learn how to put together a board. Once you understand how your board works and moves, it is easier to find your own rhythm. Now, before I begin to assemble my board, I must first be sure to have every part organized and tools ready for use, starting with my desired deck, which will be the longest of the three, sitting right behind me. A pair of standard trucks, along with your 70mm wheels, 8 screws, 4 per truck, 8 nuts, 1 per screw, 8 bearings, 2 per wheel, 4 larger nuts, 1 per wheel, 2 spacers, 1 per truck, and finally, my multi-purpose tool, along with a screwdriver. Once you have your desired deck, pieces, and tools in place, then we can get started. Now that I am ready to assemble my board, I can begin by grabbing 4 out of the 8 screws and gently placing them each individually through each hole, as so. Once I have all 4 screws in there, I can grab my spacer, place my left hand on each of the screws, and gently placing my spacer where the truck is going to be. Once I have my spacer and screws in, I can grab my standard truck, making sure to always have the big bolt facing inward. I can gently place my truck on my board. Once my truck is on there, I can start to grab 4 out of the 8 small nuts and placing them each on each individual screw. After I'm done twisting each nut manually and can't any longer, to make sure that the truck is not wobbly like so, I begin by grabbing the screwdriver, placing it on one of the screws, then grabbing my multi-purpose tool, placing it on the nut, applying pressure, and gently twisting my trucks on until they are finally not wobbly. Once your trucks are securely on your board, you can finally set your board down. Now that your board is attached to your trucks, you can grab your 70mm wheels and begin to place 1 bearing in each side of each wheel to then be able to attach them to your board. Be sure to always press down as hard as possible onto the bearings so that they are completely in the wheel, like so. Once they are on the wheel, you can bring back your board and place 1 wheel through one side. Once that is done, you can grab 1 of your bigger nuts and place it where the bearings are. Once you finish manually twisting on the larger nut, you can grab your multi-purpose tool and use a different side to be able to secure the wheel to the truck. Once you're done with that, You can gently begin to place each of the other wheels on the truck, but then be sure that after you're done with the truck in the front, you gotta be sure whenever placing this truck that it looks like this. This time with your big bolt facing outward instead of inward. Given the truck placement between longboards and skateboards, completely different. Given the longboards better and faster powered steering. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest difference between skateboards and longboards. Thank you very much for your time. Have a very pleasant day.